Hey, so what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk to you guys about a strategy that I've used and a strategy that I talk about a lot on this channel. So if you've been watching any of my videos or if you've ever talked with me about investing, I always challenge people to start with whatever they have. So now if you're someone that has, lots of money, you have 10, 20, 30, $50,000 sitting on the side, you can use these strategies as well, just at a different number. Because see, we live in a time now where most people in America, they don't have necessarily the extra funds to just invest a whole lot of money. And so what happens is people think that that means that they can't start investing because they feel like they don't have any money at all. The reality is that's not even the truth. See, one of the things that happened for me 13, 14 years ago when I started investing is I came across a platform that allowed me to invest just about whatever it is that I could. And I learned how to become a better investor that way. And so I try to offer that same strategy to others, especially those who don't have a lot of money. It's easy to talk to the people who have lots of money sitting on the side, cash, they make a whole lot of money. It's very easy to have that conversation with them. But what about the people who just don't have a lot of money? Meaning that after the month is over and you've paid your bills, you've fed your family, you've done all those things, you just really don't have a lot of money. And that's even if you're budgeting and even if you're cutting your expenses and things like that, you still don't necessarily have a lot of money to invest. So oftentimes what happens is we have this trick in our mind that thinks that, well, if I don't have this certain amount, then there's no need for me to start. And that's not the truth. So oftentimes I challenge people to invest and start investing $5, even if it was saving your money. With all these different platforms that we have available now, you can start investing with just $5 or even $1. So somebody will say that doesn't make any sense. It's not worth it. It just doesn't make any sense to actually invest that money. $5 is nothing and it's not going to get you anywhere. And that's not true. There are countless numbers of stories of people who started to invest with just $5, $20 a week, $100 a month and things like that, and they just were consistent with it. And what has happened is just that consistency and constantly investing along with learning their knowledge, they've actually been able to accumulate $500,000, $250,000. There are stories all out there where people only made $10, $12 an hour, but they've been able to accumulate a lot of money. One of my personal stories is that I met a gentleman that was in a similar situation, and literally like one day happened to see him looking at like stocks and things on his computer, and this is like well over 10 years ago where I'm starting to get invest, and we end up having a conversation, and I found out he was someone that did a lot of investing, but he never made $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year. He's only made about $40,000 to $50,000 a year, but yet he had over $4 million in assets. A lot of times people don't think that those things are possible, but it's all about how you do things. So here's the first thing why just taking something as simple as $5 a week or $5 every 2 weeks can simply help you to become a better investor and actually start you on a journey to building some type of wealth. And so thanks to today's technology, not having a lot of money does not hold you back from being able to invest. Yes, if you were to talk to some professionals and some other like financial gurus and advisors and things like that, they may tell you to come to the table with $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, and most people are kind of like, I don't know where I'm gonna get that money from, because there's a lot of stats out there about how many people don't have $1,000 saved in their bank, but you could probably just ask 10 people and all 10 people not have $1,000 just sitting in their bank account or saved in their savings account, because that's just the reality of it. So here's the thing, being able to do something as small as $5 a week, especially if you're new, you don't have a lot of money, it helps you to create that discipline and that habit, because you need that. Because see, the thing is, you're not used to investing, you're not used to understanding the process of investing. You're not used to that discipline of taking money and investing it every single week, because that's not something you were taught. That's not something I was taught. And so because you're not used to it, it's very difficult to get into that habit. So you need to be able to build a habit. You need to be able to build a discipline. And with that discipline, you're able to create a strategy. And we're just starting out and you don't have a lot of money. Something as simple as $5 is so non-threatening to the point that you're not going to necessarily miss it every single week. So listen, if you do a lot of Starbucks or something like that, just sacrifice a day. Or if you're getting the number 4 or the 5 for 4 at Wendy's or whatever it is, whatever meal you is, or if you're at Chick-fil-A, just sacrifice one of those meals every single week. Just one, you'll be all right, you'll survive. You'll be surprised how the consistency of you doing that and just every single week saying, I'm going to invest $5, or you have it automatically drafted out that really starts to help transform your mind. Because then what happens is you can actually see the growth. You can see that things are starting to grow. You can see that the consistency is starting to build something. So a lot of times what we do is when we take a look, or we're trying to envision something, or we see things in our future of what we want, we never really see the building process. We always see, that end goal, right? Like, I want to have $1 million. So the only thing you see is just $1 million, but you never see the process. And so something this small, $5 every single week, you will start to see yourself making progress. And when you see yourself making progress, it makes you feel pretty good. It makes you say, I can actually do this. Because what happens is you start to say, well, shoot, if I'm doing $5 a week, now you start to see the value. You also start saying, well, shoot, maybe let me do $6 a week. Let me do $10 a week. And I'm a big advocate for people just being able to navigate the process, because most times we're so attached to the results that we forget that there is a journey. And that's really what it's all about. It's that journey. It's that process. Now, the other thing with just doing something that's small is it can actually start to help you. One, you're not putting in a lot of money, so that means, it's non-threatening. It's not like you feel like you're losing a whole lot of money. And then it also helps with the learning process. It's nice to learn as much as you can before you do things, but it's very easy to learn more things once you get in the game. So see, once you start working in that environment of like investing in funds or investing in stocks or whatever, what happens is you start to learn more, especially if you're serious about it. So you'll naturally start to research more and pay more attention to different things. And so what does that do? It just makes things even better, because the more you learn, the better you are, the better you get. Because a lot of times the biggest thing that's holding people back from investing on a consistent basis or investing at all is fear. And one of the things that I believe, and one of the things I always try to tell people when we're having these conversations, is whatever it is that you're fearing, just learn more about it, and you'll find out there's really not much to fear from it, or really nothing to fear at all. Taking $5 a week, or taking maybe $10 every 2 weeks, or $20 a month, or just $5 every single time you get paid, that's much better than doing nothing. So what you're doing is you're just pretty much like conditioning yourself to be a better investor. So then, you may not have a lot of money coming out your check, but then here comes tax refund. Tax time is now, right? And then because you understand the value and you start to learn more, you're learning more about wealth, more about finances, more about those things that are more important than, a pair of shoes or whatever the case is. Like I said, hey, there's nothing wrong. If you like shoes, cool. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that sometimes we put material things over, the things that are more important in our life, like preparing for our future, our family, things like that. So you'll see the value more. And sometimes you may say, you know what, instead of me buying this shirt, why don't I take that money and invest it this time? You start to see the value more. So then tax returns come, and then you say, well, last year I blew my tax money, or I put it all on this, or I sent it all there, or whatever the case is. And this year you say, you know what, I'm gonna take at least $100 and do something. That's a win. That's winning. Don't think just because it's not thousands upon thousands of dollars that you're not winning. Just taking those steps and that little progress, every step is a step forward. So taking something simple as $5. So if you don't have a lot of money, I challenge you to take $5 a week and watch how it works for you. And do it for a whole year and watch how it works for you. Find something good to invest in, whether it's an individual stock or more so like an index fund, which I have some videos where I talk about, funds and ETFs and things like that, which are a lot easier to invest in. Listen, do it, and then just watch things progress and grow, and then watch how your mind starts to change, because you're not in the habit of investing. You're not in the habit of building wealth or finances. You've never been in that habit. You've only been in the habit is, I gotta go to school, I gotta get a good job, I gotta work, I gotta pay bills. You only are used to those habits. Those are the habits you're used to. Taking money when you get a lot of money and spending it, those are the habits you're used to. So when you create these new habits, you'll start to feel better. It's just like working out. It's just like anything. The more you do it, the better you get, and you start to see those results. So I challenge you to take $5 and see what it does for you. And it will also trickle into other parts of your life, because how you do anything is how you do everything. It starts to change the mind. You start to see things a little differently. But I hope this has been helpful, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Definitely appreciate all the subscribers, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace.